Welcome dear students. Today we can discuss our JEE Main questions, simple questions we can discuss. Okay, we can start. Our first question is n arithmetic means are inserted between a and 100 such that the ratio of the first mean to the last mean is 1:7 and a plus n is equal to 33. Then value of n is, so here a plus n is equal to 33 implies that a is equal to 33 minus n. So we can say 33 minus n, x1, x2, etc., xn and 100. They are the total terms. Then you can see d is equal to that minus this divided by n plus 1. That is equal to 100 minus 33 minus n divided by n plus 1, which will be 67 plus n divided by n plus 1. This is actually our d. And at the same time, you can see x1 is 2, x1 is 2, x7 is equal to 1, xn is equal to 1:7. Therefore, 7x1 is equal to xn. This equation we can use with 7 into the first term is actually a plus d. That is equal to 7 into 67 plus n divided by n plus 1. And xn is equal to 100 minus d. This also we can shift it as in the form 100 minus of d is already 67 plus n divided by n plus 1. So it will becomes 100 n plus 100 minus 67 minus n is there divided by n plus 1. Then you can see it is equal to yes. So we can complete the expression as in the form 7 into 67 plus n divided by n plus 1 is equal to the right end as a 100 minus of 67 plus n divided by n plus 1. By cross multiplying, we can solve for n is equal to 23. Okay. Now, this problem is actually, it is a very interesting question. You know, a square x square minus y square equal to b square is the equation of a parabola. Hyperbola. Whenever you are dividing throughout with a square b square, it will become what? In the form of a b square by a square minus y square by b square is equal to 1. It is our standard form of a hyperbola. And at the same time, you can see lambda x minus 2y is equal to mu is our equation. Then y is equal to lambda by 2 x minus mu by 2. This is actually we can convert in the form y is equal to mx plus c. Then you know the hyperbola, the equation of tangent, the condition for tangency is c square is equal to a square m square minus b square. So we can replace that m with a square is equal to b square by a square into m is actually lambda by 2. So it is lambda by 2 the whole square minus b square is equal to our form directly b square. But c is minus mu by 2. So it is minus mu by 2 the whole square. So by simplifying this, it will give you mu square by 4 is equal to b square by a square into lambda square by 4 minus b square. So multiplying by this 4 and dividing by b square, it will becomes what? Mu square by b square is equal to lambda square by a square minus 4. Just you multiplying with the 4 and dividing by b square. So we can rearrange. That is lambda square minus a square minus mu square by b square is equal to 4. So the required answer is 4 here. Now come to the next one. It's actually alpha is equal to cos inverse. Alpha is equal to cos inverse of 3 by 5. This implies that our cos alpha is equal to 3 by 5. Then tan of alpha is equal to, you can see cos is therefore, that is actually 4 by 3. This is actually tan alpha. By completing a triangle, you can see this is 3 and that is 5 and here it is 4. Then we can see that tan alpha is equal to 3 by 4. Therefore, alpha minus beta is equal to tan inverse of 4 by 3 minus tan inverse of 1 by 3. So that will become tan inverse of 4 by 3 minus 1 by 3 divided by 1 plus 4 by 3 into 1 by 3. We can reduce it as in the form as tan inverse of here it is 3 by 3, that is 1 divided by here it is 9 plus 4, 13 divided by 9. It is tan inverse of 9 divided by 13. This is actually you got tan, but there is no such option which is given to there. So you can convert the problem in terms of triangular form and converting to side. So it is actually 9 and 13. You can see this is equal to 250. Why it is 250? Squaring and adding 81 and 169 will provide you 250. Therefore, sine this theta we can write in the form of 90 divided by root 250 is there, which will be 9 divided by 5 root 10. That is actually sine of alpha minus beta. So what is alpha minus beta? Is sine inverse of 9 divided by 5 root 50. This. So this will be the answer of that problem. You can see the next question as log of, this is actually one of a different problem from our JEE Main question pattern. You can see this logarithm can be differentiated throughout there by finding the derivative. Will give you log of t plus root of 1 plus t square divided by root of 1 plus t square is there. Right side become derivatives as 1 by 2 into 2 g of t into g dash t. This we can apply. So we can cancel this 2 term and you have the expression in the condition as logarithm of t plus root 1 plus t square into 1 by root of 1 plus t square is equal to some g of t into g dash of t. So you can see this expression's derivative is this one. So if it is g of t, this will become g dash of t. So you know the derivatives of this one is 1 by t plus root 1 plus t square into 1 by 2 root of t. It will give the answer of it, which implies there g dash of t, or sorry, g of t is equal to log of t plus root of 1 plus t square. Then you can see what we want to find is g of 2. So you can see our question is this: you want to find the value for this one is our g of 2, or that is log of 2 plus root 5. This is the answer. So our requirement is this one. You can see what about the value for this log of t plus root 1 plus t square by 1 plus t square into dt is there, 1 by 2 into g of t square. Then you can see that expression can be continually identifying by differentiating both sides, and you can observe what is g of t. And after we can finding the g of t, we can put 2 is there. Okay. Now, the domain of the function is, how to find the domain, if there are two different functions f of x and g of x is there, then it is df intersection dg, and at the same time that g of x not equal to 0. This is the condition. So, sine inverse of x minus 3 implies the domain such as it is minus 1 less than equal to x minus 3 less than equal to 1. So, adding this 3 here, this 2 less than equal to x less than equal to 4. This is the first condition will provide the expression for a sine inverse 3 by 4. And at the same time, we can see there is in denominator as root of 9 minus s square. So that never becomes 0 and this should be positive. So we can see 9 minus s square is greater than 0, which implies that x square minus 9 less than 0, or it is equal to x minus 3 into x plus 3 is less than 0, implies that x belongs to minus 3 comma 3. Now clubbing together, one should be this expression and other is minus 3 2 comma 3. That is minus 3, if you draw the line as minus 3 from 3 is there and it is 2 to 4 is there. This is the feasible expression, but this is included and is open. Then you can see the expression as our 2 comma around bracket 3 is the correct answer for this open interval, the 3. Now the next question as this expression is also a continually repeated problem, as there is a cube inside the problem. So you can see sine 2 pi by 9. This will be written as of cos of pi by 2 minus 2 pi by 9. You can see it is equal to 9 minus 4. This is cos of 4 pi by 18. This is the first expression here. So we can replace this one as 1 plus cos of 4 pi by 5 pi by 18 plus I into sine of 5 pi by 18 all divided by 1 plus cos of 5 pi by 18 minus I sine of 5 pi by 18 the whole cube. This is the condition inside. So we can simplify both by, we can see our conversion as this expression is 2 cos square, and this also he can apply it here that too. So what is 1 plus cos theta? 1 plus cos theta or cos 2 theta is equal to 2 cos square theta by 2. So this will be cos square of 5 pi divided by 36 plus 2i into sine 5 pi by 36 into cos I 5 pi by 36 all divided by the same as cos square of 5 pi by 36 minus 2i into sine 5 pi by 36 into cos of 5 pi by 36. That all cube. So you can easily choose 1 cos 5 pi by 6 outside and cancel them. Then it will becomes only cos 5 pi by 36 plus I sine 5 pi by 36 divided by cos 5 pi by 36 minus I sine 5 pi by 36. The whole raised to 3 is there. Now we can see this is equal to in the form, it is equal to e raised to I pi by 36i divided by e raised to minus 5 pi by 36i, the whole raised to 3. So clubbing together, this will become what? When you add it up with the minus sign is there, it is equal to e raised to I 5 pi divided by 18 the whole cube. That is equal to e raised to I 5 pi by the 18 into that 3. This become cancelled. You got that e raised to I 5 pi by 3. This is equal to cos 5 pi by 3 pi by 6 plus I sine 5 pi by 6. So we can apply the value directly as this is in second quadrant, that is cos 5 pi by 6 is there, that is minus root 3 by 2 plus I sine of 1 by that is actually 1 by 2. So we can see the answer from that group. Now the next problem is actually a graphical problem which will be 9 into 9x square minus 18 mod x plus 5 is equal to 0. So you know this expression is actually a graph of 9x square minus 18x plus 5. I simply draw the graph as in a pattern like this. This will be, if it is in the form, both of them are, because of the roots, this sign is negative and this product is positive. Both roots, if there exists, should be there, they are positive. So while we applying the modular sign inside them, it will take the reflection like this. So if it is alpha 1 and alpha beta 1, then here it is equal minus alpha 1 and minus beta 1 is as per the condition. Your requirement is what about the product of all roots? So product of root is equal to alpha 1 beta 1, this 2, into this also what? Alpha 1 beta 1. So you can see this minus and this minus get cancelled because of it is modular sign there. It is alpha 1 beta 1 the whole square. So the product of root is what? 5 by 18 as per the question. You can see the question there. It is a 5 by 9. That's actually our product of root. So which should be in the form 9 the whole square, that's equal 25 divided by 81, the square inside there. So we come back to this expression as in the form by using graph. We can easily observe that. Now I come to the next problem as it's also a graphical question. There is a x square less than or equal to y less than or equal to minimum of x plus 2 and 4 minus 3x. So we can use it as with a graph line, and you can see the graph is there. One should be our x square. S square graph is actually this curve. This is the graph inside the expression. And after we can keep x plus 2. X plus 2, whenever you can put 0, it will become 2. And at the same time, it is minus 2. So this is the line here as it is what? X plus 2. And the next line, you can put x is equal to 0, it will become 4. And if it is equal to there, then the line like this. So the required region is very nice and good. We can observe the regions are this and this. So this is a region inside there. So we can find expression as by cutting this expression and this expression. But you can't directly use this one because there is a cutting point inside there. So you can see this is actually minus 1 and here it is 1, and you can see it is 1 by 2. So from that you can see this line is actually x plus 2. That x plus 2 minus of this curve is x square, and from minus 1 to 1 by 2 dx is the taken. And at the same time we can see the right in this 1 by 2 right 1, and this the line as 4 minus 3x minus this curve is again x square into dx. So we can directly integrate that two expressions, and you can see this is equal to x square by 2 plus 2x minus x cube by 3 from minus 1 to 1 by 2 plus 4x minus 3x square by 2 minus x cube by 3 from 1 by 2 to 1. So we can see the answer should be 16 by 7. So these two are like numerical calculations. So I go to the next problem. A bag 1 contains 3 red ball and 4 black ball and 3 white ball. And another box contains second box, that is 2 red and 5 black ball and 2 white ball. So here one ball is a transfer from here and another ball is taken from this. This is the question. So this is first and that should be second. So this is actually inverse probability problem. So whenever we have the inverse probability problem, then we can see it is better by replacing this form as what are the basic situation inside there. That means the conditions are one ball is transferred to here and another ball is taken there. So I just take P of a transfer ball be red and drawn ball is requirement is black. So this may happen. Otherwise, a transfer ball is black and a drawn ball is also black. And transfer ball is white and drawn ball is black. These are the situation inside there. Among them, this is the requirement, that is P of a T R intersection D, because drawn ball is same to be white and you want to find the probability of a transfer ball. That means it is probabilities on probability, and we can back to the answer as in the form. Just to draw here how we can transfer the ball from here to there are 3 ball out of this 10, that is 3 by 10 be the probability of transferring ball. and then the drawn ball should be black. That is equal to 5 out of 1 ball is transferred, totally become 10. It is this 5 by 10. And at the same time, you got that next one is transferring ball is black. That is 4 by 10 into 1 ball is also extra. That should be 6 by 10. And again, transferring ball is white. That is 3 by 10 into drawn ball is also what? Black. This 5 by 10. Out of this 3, this is the requirement. So we can write down 3 by 10 into 5 by 10. This is a good way to write down base probability. Initially write down the sample space as itself be the probability for the different conditions. Among them, which should be written, that should be given there. Now we can easily simplify the expression like this. It is equal to 3 into 5. It is actually, you can cancel the all denominators directly, and it is 15 divided by that 15 plus 24 plus again 15. That should be 15 divided by, this should be 30, 54. That's equal to 5 divided by 18 is the required answer. We can easily find it. So here it is Bayes theorem. So initially you identifying the probabilities as in the denominator as become the sample space. So it is known as what? It is probabilities on probability. That's a way to identifying this question. Okay. Now you come to the next problem as the function which will be increasing in which region. So increasing here, decreasing here, so many of them. So we come back to using the concept of differentiation as f dash x is actually positive, then only it is increasing. So here our f of x is equal to x into e raised to x minus x square. I expand this x and x minus 1 here directly and applying the derivatives as in the form x into this derivative, that is e raised to x minus x square into what? 1 minus 2x plus the rest should be in the form e raised to x minus x square into 1. This is our second aspect. Now we can choose this to be out, that never becomes 0. So it will become e raised to x minus x square into x minus 2x square plus 1. So this will be e raised to x minus x square into 1 plus x minus 2x square. This is the concept of that expression. So you can see this is always positive. So for increasing, this also be positive. So we can put them to 0. First of all, finding the critical point of I by putting f dash x equal to 0 implies that 1 plus x minus 2x square is equal to 0. So we can solve for that two values inside there. That's actually 1 and minus 1. We can observing it. So it is whenever you solving this, you got that is equal to minus 1 by 2 and that is 1. So you can see whenever you can replacing that 0 in between them, that should be positive. So 0 contained portion is equal to positive here, then it is negative and positive. So after classifying the equation inside, then we can come back to classify the entire limit in the form by Weber form, and after you can check where the section should be positive. So here it is actually, you can see this should be what? Negative. So this is the required region for increasing condition there. So we can see in our option this increasing in minus 1 by 4, and there is no such option which will providing the condition for entire domain is increasing the form. So minus 1 by 2 1 is the increasing aspect. So it is better. You can find that f dash x is initially and put them f dash x greater than 0 will suggest you where it is increasing or decreasing. Now you come back to the problem of this one. It's also very interesting problem. You can see in our JEE main problem, there are so many simple questions. First of all, you gather that all simple questions and take good score. And after you follow with the higher level questions. So here, one of the important section for our mathematical reasoning region. So here it is P of R implies that P and negation Q is equivalent to negation P. Then what happened the form? It is negation P. What happened the form? You can see what happened with the P. When P is true, then the result negation P is false. This is the first condition you can see. So you are searching what about the suggestion for R. So you can keep what happened. This P becomes P becomes true. Then we can see T and R by conditional this T and negation Q is false, because when T becomes true, that becomes false. This is a condition for that problem. Now you can see T and R means wherever it is R, it is true, it will become that. And if R is false, it is false. That means it is depending on R. And you can see T and R, there is a formula, okay, rule for it, that should be what? R, which by conditional to this expression is T, and this was what? Negation Q is also false. Then it is very interesting. You can see our P is taken as true. Then what happened here? This expression become false, means one of them, this condition is either this also false. So if it is false, we can see the expression as should be Q. Look here, Q by conditional negation Q is already, it is confirmed, you can say F. No more expression can be substituted here to providing that false expression. So definitely this negation Q, that should be true. But P does not guarantee that always false. So wherever it is Q is there, and Q by conditional negation for it will become false, and that suggests the answer for that Q. Okay. Now it is actually a differential equation problem. dy by dx plus 2y tan x is equal to sin x. Then this is actually our form dy by dx plus p of x into y is equal to q of x. It's a very interesting expression. We can see that it is not linear equation. Whenever it is linear equation, then solution is in the form y into if, integrative factor, is equal to integral q of x into if. This is the condition for finding our integral solution. So what about that if? If is actually integral of e raised to integral of p of x. So you just find what is integrative factor as if is in the form e raised to integral p of x is actually 2 tan x. 2 tan x dx. This is our integrating factor form. Then you can see integral of 2 tan x is e raised to what? 2 log sec x. So because of integral tan x is equal to log secant x, so we can write it as 2 log secant x, which will be e raised to log of secant square x. What is e raised to log of secant square x? That is equal to e power of any function should be that form as secant square x. So our if is equal to secant square x. Then you can see if is secant square x, this become y into sec square x is equal to integral q of x is our sin x into that sec square x dx. So we can see this one as in the form integral sin x into secant x can be written as 1 by cos square x into dx. That should be in the form sin x into by cos x into 1 by cos x, which will give the answer as what? Integral tan x into secant x dx. It is actually secant x plus c. So our answer becomes what? Y is equal to secant square x is equal to secant x plus c. Then one more initial condition is given. Look, there is a condition as y of 3 0 is y of pi by 3 is equal to 0. Means whenever you can put x is equal to pi by 3, it will become y into secant square of pi by 3 is equal to secant pi by 3 plus c. You know what is secant square pi by 3, and this should be what? It is actually 0. You can see this value we can replace 0. So this expression is equal to 0, and secant pi by 3 is 2 plus c implies that c is equal to minus 2. So this we are able to replacing here will give you y into secant square x is equal to secant x minus 2. So just you multiplying by secant square, dividing by secant square x, y is equal to cos x minus 2 cos square x. This is the final answer. So we can see what about that y of x. Y of 3 is given, then we can find the answer inside the expression. Okay. Now, is also very interesting problem in here. That's actually is a problem in conic section. Continually, it may happen in our JEE Main section. You know, y is equal to x square is a parabola. If you draw a parabola like this, then you can see 2, 4 be a point also here, 2, 4. Then you can see there's a tangent at 2, 4. How to draw the equation of tangent at 2, 4? You can see different way we can find a tangent. Suppose if you find y dash is equal to 2x, applying 2 here it is equal to 4. So slope of tangent is 4 unit. Then point is this. Then we can find this equation as y minus 4 is equal to 4 into x minus 2. or y is equal to 4x minus 4. This is the equation. That is 4x minus y minus 4 equals 0 is the equation of tangent this. Then you want to find this equation of a circle which touches this expression, and what about that which passes through 0, c. Wherever you have a problem like this, there is a point is given, and like this, what may be the line inside there because of the line here, and you can see this is the point 2 comma 4, and this is equation is equal to 4x minus y minus 4 equals 0. It is given. You want to find a new circle which is touching this and which passes through 0, 6. It's a very interesting question. You can see the expression be referred as any circle sequence. Suppose a circle is given and the line is there. How we can find this colored circle here? Then we can see this equation is circle's form is this S1 plus some lambda L equals 0. This is the condition for any equations in that pattern. For a family of circles, we can easily find by this. So here there is no such circle given. This type circle is not given, but there is a point is given. You know, wherever there is a point, that we consider as a point circle as x minus 2 the whole square plus y minus 4 the whole square equals 0. Whenever you introduce the radius as 0, this is a point circle like this. I just draw that point circle as you can see in the form as a dotted form. This is our point circle. There is no such a circle here, but using the point 2 comma 4, we can find this should be the circle. And the required circle is touching this line and this point circle at the point 2, 4. So we can find a family of such a circle, the family of circles as in the form x minus 2 the whole square plus y minus 4 the whole square plus lambda times of our tangent equation 4x minus y minus 2 equal to 0. 4 is equal to 0. Now the condition is there. It passes through 0 comma 6. So we can replace x by 0, y by 6. It is 0 minus 2 the whole square plus x minus 4 the whole square plus lambda into 4 into 0 minus 6 minus 4 is equal to 0, which implies that 4 plus lambda into that's actually minus 10 equal to 0. We can see lambda is equal to 8 divided by 10 or is equal to 4 by 5. So our equation becomes, this expression can be written as in the form x minus 2 the whole square as x square minus 4x plus 4 plus y square minus 8y plus 16 plus lambda into, lambda become written as in the form, now it is 4 by 5 into 4x minus y minus 4 is equal to 0. So we can simplify this equation as in the form initially x square plus y square minus 4x and that is equal to minus 4x plus 16 by 5x, this expression has x inside there, and minus 8y and having with the minus 4y, 4 by 5y, and there is a 16 plus 16 is there, and at the same time that 4 is there, and here it is minus 16 by 5 equals 0. Again given as x square plus y square plus ax plus by plus c equals 0. What about the value for a plus c? This is our actual question. Look the question there. The question is there. You can see x square plus y square plus ax plus by plus c equals 0, and it passes through them. You want to find what is a plus c. So that a plus c we can easily find it. A be the coefficient of x inside there. What are the coefficients of x? A is equal there minus 4 plus 16 by 5. And at the same time there is c. What about c? C is equal to 16 plus 4 minus 16 by 5. Like this problem, there is no need of making their sum. If it is making some fractional term, and finally it will give the answer of it. But these all terms get cancelled. Look here for 4 and this 2. So that should be 16. So C is 16 is the A plus C is equal to 16. Here's our option there. A plus B is 16 is here. So this is better way. There are two best idea can be used there. Wherever there is a point, where it is there. You look this. If you have a line and then there is a point, then you can consider this point be as a point circle, and we can search for the other circle by using our S plus lambda L equals 0 is one important situation, that lambda is there. Here it is a point as only 2 comma 4 like this. Then you can write down the formula, and if the given point is there, that will providing the value for lambda. Okay. Now you come to the problem as this x. Next question is this one. Let B be a mirror image of the point P 1, 0, 1, to that plane here, there's a point. Here we can draw a plane. And if it is the point, and I put this is the our mirror point Q. This is Q. And if a line L parallel passing through 1 minus 1 1 and parallel to PQ. This is the line PQ, and you can see another line which is parallel to this, and it passes through 1 minus 1 minus 1. It is given, and you can see this is actually a new line, and it will meet the plane S at R. This is our R, and you want to find this QR. Geometrically, look this. If this point make the reflection here, then this length is exactly same as this length, because the plane is given here and this length is required. You think about them, how we can find. There is no need of finding this Q, but you just finding this R. How to find this R? It is very simple. You know, whenever you think about this image of them, this is actually perpendicular to the plane. Perpendicular to the plane means this is the normal is exactly given by this plane. So the normal of this plane is actually 1, 1, 1. This is the direction ratio of the normal of this plane, and that should be the direction ratios of the line which is parallel to this point, this one. So the point through this one is providing the equation as x minus 1 divided by 1 is equal to y plus 1 divided by 1 is equal to z plus 1 divided by 1 is equal to t. We can see this is a general point inside R. Using that point, we can come back to find us in the form x is equal to t plus 1 and y is equal to t minus 1 and z is also t minus 1. So using this three value by inserting this plane is x plus y plus z is equal to 5. So we can find the value for t as by substituting here as t plus 1 plus t minus 1 again plus t minus 1 is equal to 5. So 1 can be cancelled. You got that 3t is equal to 6 plus t is equal to 2. Using the t here, you got that x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 2 minus 1, 1 and z is equal to 1. So the point R is equal to 3, 1, 1. So no need of finding the Q or any equation. You simply read the problem perfectly. If this point is there, because of its reflection, this is actually perpendicular or normal to that plane, then the direction ratios of the line is exactly given by the direction ratios of the plane. Then there is a point 1 minus 1, 1 is there. We can easily find this equation by using that point and this normal direction ratio like this. And you can find the point R by finding the general point on the line and replacing the equation. And here it is 3, 3, 1, 1. And your requirement is QR square. Yes, I already explained that your requirement is QR square. No need of this QR square, because whenever you want to find QR, you think about how to find the image inside. That's a lengthy calculation. No need of them. You can find the R is actually here 3, 1, 1 and P is already given as a 1, 0, 1. Then QR square is equal to PR square. This is the idea. So it is a 3 minus 1 all square plus 1 minus 0 the whole square plus 0. That's equal to 4 plus 1. That should be 5 is our numerical values inside there too. So option 2 is there. So we come back to the next problem. As alpha is equal to, A bar is equal to alpha I plus 3j minus k, and B bar is equal to 3i minus beta j plus 4k, and C bar is given as I plus 2j minus 2k. Given that projection of A on C is 10 by 3 and B cross C is that 2. So using that 2 lengthy calculation, we are able to find what about that A and what about that B. Therefore, you can see A on C. What is the projection of A bar on C bar? Equal A bar dot C bar divided by mod C bar. So how to find A bar dot B bar? A bar is there. This 2 we can find. A dot C is there. It's equal to alpha plus 6 plus 2 divided by 1 plus 2 minus 3 is equal to 3. which is given as a 10 by 3. So we can cancel this to alpha is equal directly, you got 2. So we can directly finding what about alpha, it should be 2. Now at the same time, you can see B cross C. What is B cross C? B bar cross C we can find with I, J, K. B is given as 3 minus beta and 4. At the same time, you can see it is 1 minus, C is given as 1, 2 minus 1, 2 minus 2. So we can expand the expression as in the form I into this to be what? 2 beta minus 8 minus j into minus 6 minus 4 plus a k into 6 plus beta, which is given as our expression or in the form it is I into 2 beta minus 8 plus 10j plus 6 plus beta into k. But it is given our expression as in the form values minus 6i plus 10j plus 7k. So it is this is actually 7k and this should be 10j directly. So we can comparing this to, you get that beta is equal to 1. Then alpha equal to 1, 2 and beta is equal to 1. Using that 2, we can find what is alpha plus beta. So alpha plus beta is equal to 3. This is the expression for it. Now come to our 16th problem. Here A is given as A, B, C, D and beta is equal to alpha comma beta, which is not equal to 0, which is given there, and AB is equal to B is there. Then A plus D is equal to 2, 0, 2, 3 is given. What about the value for AD minus BC? You can see AD minus BC is the determined value for A. So given it is AB is equal to B, implies that you can choose that B outside. Therefore A, B minus B is equal to 0. So A minus I into B is equal to 0, whose determined value should be there. A minus I into determinant B is equal to 0. It is given that never becomes 0. So that means determinant A minus I, determinant of A minus I is equal to 0. How to write down determinant A minus I? It is equal to, I is unit vector, so it should be in the form A minus 1, B minus 0 is there, and C as C minus 0 and D minus 1. So this is actually 0. So you can expand. How to expand this? It is equal to A minus 1 into D minus 1 minus BC is equal to 0. So we can expand as AD minus A minus D plus 1 minus BC, which should be given as 0 there. But so we can see AD minus BC is equal to 1 minus, A plus D minus 1. Given A plus D is what? 2023. There are so many such problems there with the year should be noted as 2023 is there. So we can replace it as 2023 minus 1, then it is answer as 2022 is our answer. So this is the way we can put that condition for inside them and expanding them if it is a 2 by 2 determinant. Now you come to the next one as a 17th problem. That is actually locus of the point of intersection of root 3 kx plus ky minus 4 root 3 equal to 0, equation number 1, and at the same time root 3x minus y minus 4 root 3 k is equal to 0, equation number 2. You want to find intersection connecting, you can find the conic by eliminating the parameter which is given to you. So how to eliminating the parameter there? There is a k is the parameter there. So first equation we can replace it as root 3x plus y into k is equal to 4 root 3, which implies that root 3x plus y is equal to 4 root 3 by k. This is our third equation. Now from the second equation we can directly written as root 3x minus y is equal to 4 root 3 into k. Equation number second equation. So by observing this two, one should be the like that of conjugate term is a plus b into a minus b form. So very quickly we can observe them. In the first equation there is a 1 by k and here it is k. So we can multiplying together with that expression that is equal to root 3x plus y into root 3 x minus y is equal to 16 into 3. So it is 48. So this will be in the form 3x square minus y square is equal to 48. Dividing by this number, you can see that x square by 16 minus y square by 48 is equal to 1. This is a hyperbola. Then you want to find eccentricity. Our problem is actually you want to find the eccentricity of this hyperbola. So how to find eccentricity? Eccentricity of hyperbola is a square plus b square by a square as in our e square form. So here a square is equal to 16 plus 48 by 16 is there. So it is equal to 64 by 16 is equal to 4. So eccentricity square, e square is equal to 4. So e square is equal to 4, then it implies that e equal to 2. This is a good way to find the answer of this problem. So here, eliminating k is a very important thing. You carefully read and do that work with finding their eccentricity. Now question number 18. The minimum distance between 2 points P1 and P2 with considering the point P1 on one circle and P2 on the other circle, from the given two circles equations are the two. That is x square plus y square minus 10x minus 10y plus 41 equal to 0. And second one is x square plus y square minus 24x minus 10y plus 160 is equal to 0. That is equation number 1 and equation number 2. Look this. This is actually a circle form, then whose center C1 can be transferred in the form 5, 5 and radius R1 is equal to square root of 25 plus 25 minus that 41, that is equal to root 9, that is equal to 3. And at the same time, the second equation will give you center as equal to 12, 5 and R2 is equal to square root of 144 plus 25 minus 160 is again what? Root 9, that is equal to 3. They are equal radii. Now, we can see sum of the radii and the distance between the two, C1, C2 is equal to root of 5 minus 12 the whole square plus 5 minus 0 the whole square is equal to 14 and that is 7. So here C1, C2 is equal to 7 unit and R1 plus R2 is equal to what? 3 plus 3 equal to 6. That means sum of the radii is less than that of C1, C2. That means the two circles are some distance apart. So this center distance is equal to 7 unit and radii are 3 and 3. These are 3 and that should be 7. So this is 1 unit. Now you carefully read the question. P1 be a point on the first circle and P2 be a point on the second circle. You want to find the minimum distance. Minimum and maximum distance are definitely the line joining the centers of the circle inside there because it should be the normal inside them. This is the expression. You can see there are 4 points. One should be A and B and C and D is there. Then you can see this A and D will provide the maximum distance between the any 2 points on the circle and B and C will become the minimum distance. So the minimum distance is equal to 1. So B is equal to 1 be the answer of that problem. Now come to question number 19. It's actually a limiting problem on the case. So we can here, I shall write down that f of x clearly. F of x in the form 1 plus x, box of 1 plus x is the greatest integer expression plus alpha raised to 2 box x plus integral fractional part x plus integer x minus 1. All divided by, not all divided by, only the division on the second term with the 2 integer part x plus a fractional part x. So it is simple, you know, x is equal to integer part x plus a fractional part x. So we can replace this two term by that two condition. Therefore it is in the form of 1 plus x inside box plus alpha box x plus variable x. So 1 should be added, you got x plus this should be x and minus 1 all divided by the same situation. We can apply that with the box x. This is the situation. Now you want to find the left side limit which is given as what? Alpha minus 4 by 3. So using that condition we can see how to find the left side limit. Left side limit is actually limit x tending to 0 minus this minus of f of x. That should be a trans limit h tending to 0 f of 0 minus h. So we can replace it limit h tending to 0 with f of 0 minus h should be given here. That is equal to 1 plus 0 minus h is applied here plus here it is equal to alpha raised to 1 0 minus h is there and plus 0 minus h. So here and box of 0 minus h minus 1 all divided by this again 0 minus h plus a box of 0 minus h. Now we come back to look this expression as before applying the limit 1 plus 0 minus h is less than that of 1. That means 1 minus h should be less than that of 1, then its integer part is 0, and after you applying this should be this as 0. And here again you can see this is a 0, but here it is also you can see integer part of this should be 1. You can see left side of 0. 0 minus h is left side of 0, that should be minus 1. Alpha raised to minus 1, and this should be minus 1, and here also minus 1, divided by this is a 0, and that should be minus 1. So this is the total expression. Then the limiting value on the right side limit is alpha raised to minus 1 minus 2 divided by minus 1. Given it is in the form as alpha minus 4 by 3. That means when you find the left side limit, you can see the expression directly come to the form of them. So it is equal to, by cross multiplying 1 by alpha minus 2 is equal to minus alpha plus 4 by 3. So we can completing that with 1 minus 2 alpha divided by alpha is equal to 4 minus 3 alpha divided by 3. So cross multiplying 3 minus 2, 6 alpha is equal to 4 alpha minus 3 alpha square. So it is equal to 3 alpha square minus 10 alpha plus 3 equals 0. Is actually two values we can see. So got the equation, this 3 alpha square minus 9 alpha minus alpha plus 3 is equal to 0. So alpha minus 3 into 3 alpha minus 1 is equal to 0. So alpha is equal to 3 or 1 by 3. There are two values. But look the problem. Inside the question, it is given us what? It is a fractional part of them. What's the integral value of alpha is required? Your requirement is what is the integral value of this alpha. So you come back to this two value. We can see alpha is equal to 3 is only the integral value inside them, and we can find it. So here it's actually a difficult question. We can converting the integer part by using the limiting situation. So it is gradually you can see whenever you can say the left side limit 1 minus 0 h is there. 0 h, this should be less than 0. Then left side of 0 it should be minus 1. That's a very important point inside this problem. Now you come to our last problem. F of x is equal to maximum of x plus 1, mod x plus 1, s plus 2, s plus 5, etc. You can see mod x is the form like this. This is actually mod x. So here it is mod x plus 1. What is mod x plus 1? Mod x plus 1 is a formula this form, because it is minus 1. Mod x plus 2 is there. There are two units inside them like this. So we can initially draw that all curves as simply drawn by this expression as, here it is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, and minus 5. Look this, mod x plus 1 is the form like this. And next I shall draw next mod like this. And next mod like this. And next one is this one, and the last x plus 5. I shall explain the question there. You can see our question is this one, mod x plus 1, mod x plus 5, mod x plus 2, etc. So we can see the first modular sign is there. This is the graph of the first equation, and second equation is this one. We can see this expression is the second one, and third is equal to this, and fourth is equal to this, and fifth is equal to this. So you can see this is our actual graphs, and you want to find exactly what's the maximum among that all. You know, while you looking this all, maximum should be covered on the top this layer. So this line and that line is the maximum. You can see where it is actually 3 inside there. This is the point inside there. Beyond that 2, this is the maximum and that's the maximum. So you can see this is mod x plus 5. Right side of x plus 5, it is actually x plus 5. and this is actually mod x plus 1. So left side is actually minus x minus 1. So these two regions are only required because all other sections are below. So maximum can be observed by this graph. The graph will providing you this one. You can see there's a 3 line is there. This is 3 line minus 3, and about that it should be x plus 5, and about here it should be minus x minus 1. So this is actually our problem. Then you can see this is actually the required graph. So our f of x is equal to, we can see, minus x minus 1 where x less than minus 3, and x plus 5, x greater than or equal to minus 3. This is the expression. But you want to find what about the values of minus 6 to 0 f of x dx. So it is interesting. You can see this expression will providing you minus x, and that should be 0. So the required region is this and that. These two region you want to find. There is no need of finding the integrated value. These two are two trapeziums. All of them have the same size. That means you can see this value 0 is given there. This should be 5 unit, and minus 6 also here is also what, 5 unit, and minus 3 is there. You can put this minus 3 inside them. It is 2 unit, and this length is equal to 3, and this also 3. So you just find the area of this one or this one, and after we can twice of it. So the required area is equal to 2 into 1 by 2 into, you know, h into L1 plus L2 be the area of trapezium you already studied. Using them 2 into 1 by 2 into h is the distance between the parallel, that is actually 3 into L1 is 2 and it is 5. So that should be, we can cancel 3 into 7, that is 21. So 21 unit is the area of that problem. Okay, thank you dear students. So all wishes from my side. Okay.